Welcome back to my world, Putt's world. And today, we're doing a life at 26. I'm here at this random park I found on a super secret app that most people who like to go, on trails and stuff, go on. I'm not gonna, hand out the sauce or anything, because I like gatekeeping shit. But there's no one here. There's only like 2 vehicles parked. I got my spicy tuna sushi with no chopsticks. So I'm just gonna, raw dog.
Can we go now?
It has been quite some time, quite a while, since I have made any videos on this channel at all. And for good reason. Well, I don't want to say it's for a good reason. I don't have a good reason, if I'm going to be honest with y'all. It's just more so, life has been lifing. I don't even remember what the last my life at was, and I only made one so far. I'm pretty sure it was like my life at 20 or something. Now I'm 26, about to turn 27 next month, in like 2 weeks from now. Life has been interesting so far, to say the very least. I also forgot to buy a drink while I was at the grocery store. I would add wasabi, but I'm kind of too lazy. Just a quick meal before I get started on my 3-hour hike here. It's delicious, by the way. I don't care what anybody says about Kroger, Publix sushi. This is like comfort slop, if I'm gonna use an internet term correctly. It might not be the healthiest for you, but it's certainly hitting the spot. And just like that, we're all done. Last but not least, ginger. Don't forget to eat your Don't forget to eat your ginger. It's a nice palate cleanser for raw fish. Can we just talk about, playground designs for a second here? I like how they have solid design, a nice little, what would you call it, variety of things you can do here. They even have those little booster seat swings. Nowadays, most parks don't even come with swings. Look at this. They have a gnarly slide. They even have like the little toddler section over here. But come on, like who doesn't like swings? I'm gonna get on this myself, actually. Swing around and, just be a kid. And I feel like that's most of what I've learned these past 6 years, is just trying to be a kid and just making myself happy again. I definitely lost myself during that time, for sure. And I know that like people say your 20s are a time of failure. It's a time of like just doing your own thing, trying new things, figuring out what you like and what you don't like in life. But for 20-something-year-olds like me who are going through it, like the actual process of like failing and just like not doing shit, or just like trying to figure out what they want to do and what not to do and stuff like that, it's just like when we're going through it, if we don't really know why we're going through it, if that makes sense. It's like we're in the gauntlet, we're in the fucking gauntlet. And we're always questioning our lives and our every day, like, why the fuck are we going through this gauntlet? Like, what are we getting out of this gauntlet? And of course, everybody goes through, like, everybody comes to like different answers. Hold on, I'm trying to get up real high. Let me just. Do y'all put your feet together when y'all like swing? So y'all can get like the maximum height. Oh, funny story actually. Oh shit, I'm actually scared of heights.
Hell no.
Yeah, that was not on tight, I'm not gonna lie. Back to what I was saying, just being a 20-something-year-old. What have I learned in these 6 years since I made that my life at 20? And that is a great question to ask myself, to put myself into retrospective of what the fuck did I do these past 6 years. Currently, right now, I have no job, I have no vehicle because I just recently sold it, but I have mysterious sources of income. You know, I'm still single in context to me. For you guys, obviously I had a girlfriend at the time of making my life at 20. That relationship that I had in the beginning was something that I learned a lot from. It kind of put me into I want to say like loop of me trying to find myself again. It definitely taught me a lot about, you know, my relationships with other people, my relationship with myself. It was definitely a hard thing to go through at the time, and it felt like I was alone because of how close it hit to me and my personal relationships with other people. But in the end, like, here I am 6 years later, I'm still talking to some of the people that I still talked to 6 years ago. In fact, I've rekindled some friendships from like the past that I've kind of ignored, or, you know, just put to the wayside because it was more so like I was too scared to reach out, or I was, I don't know, too in my own head to not really like care like that. Nowadays, it's like I give my energy to the people who would give the energy back to me. And I don't want to think of relationships in a transactional way. I want to think about it in a very like, okay, like, you know, this is gonna make me happy kind of thing. This is gonna make me talk what I would like to talk about with that specific person or this kind of group. One thing I did learn about myself is that I don't know if it's like me putting myself into a box or anything like that. It's more so like I've noticed this about myself, where I'm very much a one-on-one person when it comes to like talking to people. I like talking to people one-on-one, hence why I guess I'm so comfortable talking to the camera, because one, I'm by myself, and two, it feels like I'm having a one-on-one conversation with the camera, which is you guys. I'm very much a lover boy. I like to love. I want to love and be loved. You know, there's this thing that I see a lot of on the internet about girls in general just posting like, do men ever yearn anymore? Do they ever just yearn about females? And the answer is yes, we do. We do yearn very much so. As a man myself, as a guy myself, we do yearn. We yearn for the things that make us see life in a different way than what we're used to seeing. It's just something about the variety, the spice of life. I would like to have different types of spices in my life to make the flavor enjoyable. I mean, who wouldn't? Who wouldn't want to, you know, try different things? It all goes back to, you know, being a 20-something-year-old, right? Yes, you know, talking about different things in love, figuring out what you like, what you don't like, figuring out like what you want and what you don't want in a relationship when it comes to love. It's very much different than having that relationship with your boys or your girls or your family, you know? Like, it's very much different than that, because you kind of connect with a person one-on-one. Yeah, it's just love. I really do love. I also am scared of it at the same time. Wow, look at that. I saw a very, is that a hawk? What is this? I don't know if you guys can see it. I'm walking. It's a big, very big bird up there. Nice wingspan. Oh, he sees a squirrel. He's hunting right now. Maybe I can catch it on camera. It's just stuff like that, you know. It's just love. I want to love and be loved. The yearning is something that I very much do. That's just the type of person I am. I am a lover boy. I guess I'm ready to mingle. I feel like I've done enough time alone with myself. It has been 5 years at this point in time. I want to say 4 years technically. Yeah, no, 4 years. Coming up on 4 years. I do still think about like what happened in that relationship, but I don't really reminisce about it anymore. It's more so the fact of like, how was I as a person? How is that person as a person? And then have I changed since then? Like, have I improved since that? And I feel like I did improve my life. I don't know if, I did or not to other people, but in my heart, I feel like I did. I feel like I did improve. That's another thing, YouTube. I had recorded a lot of videos in the past for events that I've done, things that came out like I don't know if any of y'all remember, or if you're at this point in the video, the Good Burger collab with Arby's. Yeah, I made a video for that. Arby's did not miss on that, especially with the milkshake that they had too. Still remember that. The fries and the milkshake. Ooh, I'm being a big back. YouTube videos, just being very proactive and making content and putting myself out there. That's just something that I have to get used to. Being consistent. That's one thing that I've failed at doing a lot, actually, and I am proud to admit that, because one, I am acknowledging a flaw in myself that I could be improving. I am also not angry, more so like mad at the fact that I am proud to admit that I am not consistent, but that is a very consistent feeling within myself. Like, I don't think that that's a very inconsistent thing that I've done so far. I guess that's a net neutral. Yeah, no, I do want to be more consistent in life, just with the things that I'm doing and the things that I'm starting. Sometimes it's just like the ADHD in me and how I am as a person. I tend to lose interest in things very quickly, very, very quickly. And I don't know if it has to do with this generation growing up where we my generation at least, we grew up without the internet, or growing up with the internet when it was first, starting to come alive. That's why I'm here, like walking around on a trail in a forest with not that many people here. It's good to disconnect, talk to a camera, talk about life when you have nobody or nothing to talk to. And that's kind of the reason why I'm doing this now, is because I might as well just vlog my life and my feelings, kind of like a video journal. I do still journal from time to time on paper, but being creative in different outlets, I feel like will scratch that itch of me, wanting to put something out there, wanting to do something for myself that is productive once in a while, that gets me going, active, gets me thinking and reflecting on life in general, because I do need that. I do need to disconnect. I do need time away from people. I do need time to myself, and just, figuring out kind of like a save point almost, just going to a checkpoint, asking myself, hey, is this what I want to do? Is this, something that I'm happy with so far? And that's part of the reason why I quit my job. Well, I didn't really quit. I got fired. I kind of pre-fired myself. Yeah, that's also something I'm not very good at, doing, is just being consistent in how I keep a job, how I hold a job. Yeah, I walked off the path a little bit. Maybe I can find a little pathway back to the original path. But that's just how life goes. You walk off the path a little bit, you don't make it, you're like, oh shit, I'm off the path. Right now, I'm just going on my own way, doing my own thing, trying to live the best that I can as a 20-something-year-old, turning 27. You know, I feel young, but at the same time, I don't feel young. If you've gotten this far to the video and you feel the same way that I feel, where, you know, you're a little bit older in terms of like a 26-year-old saying older. If you're like 30, 40, even 50 watching this video, then obviously I'm still very much young to y'all. But as a 26-year-old, I feel like getting older and adulting, the responsibilities do come with a heavy burden and a heavy heart. It's very difficult to navigate and maneuver life without some type of like guidance. And I'm not saying I don't have guidance, but it's just more so the fact of like at the current state of where the world is right now and how it's looking to shape out. I don't want to say it's grim, but it's not the best right now. It is not in the best situation that it could be. After consuming a lot of media and after consuming a lot of people's opinions to try and critically form my own thoughts, I can say that, you know, I'm happy I have the mindset that I do in this world, which is optimism with a hint of pessimism. You know, you have to have a little pinch, a little hint. It's like the Powerpuff Girls. You know, love, spice, everything nice, and you have the chemical X, whatever the fuck it was. That's how it is. That's how I feel. It's a lot being 26 as of right now. Yeah, it's a lot to think about. It's a lot to go through. It's a lot to process, especially when it comes to career, finances, love, you know, the main things in life. But as long as you have the career to maintain your own life, whereas what I'm saying is putting your own life, like making it your job to live your life the way you want to live it, then I feel you'll be infinitely happier. And I think some people do forget about that. It's just like living your life the way you want to. Who gives a fuck what anybody else thinks? Who gives a fuck what people have to say about what you're doing, you know? It's a beautiful thing to have self-autonomy. It's a beautiful thing to have self-sovereignty, to, you know, do things that make you happy. I'm not saying that like you should do things that are morally incorrect, but who am I to say that you shouldn't be, you know, doing things morally incorrect? I'm not advocating for it, you know. That would definitely make the world a very much dark. It would make the world a darker place for sure. You know, that's another story. That's another rabbit hole to go down to. All I'm saying is go out, do something lighthearted and wholesome for once that makes you happy in a healthy way. You know, let out your stress, let out your, I don't know, just decompress in a healthy way. Like, just find something very healthy to do. I put myself in a very rough hole there. I'm trying to get myself out of it. I hope I did. One word of my life at 26. Growing. I'm growing. Just like all these trees out here, I'm growing into a big forest. All these roots that have taken hold scared the fuck out of me. I'm not gonna lie. There's a person there. How long do you think these trees have been put here? Or how long have these trees been here before us humans decided to carve a path, you know? Lay down the groundwork. See, life is all about taking random ass paths. You know, it's just like our pioneers, our ancestors did, pioneering a new pathway. you know, walking into the unknown, just trying to live life to the fullest. I don't know what these plants are called, but they have like a sort of, these, I don't know, they just have a sort of ominous feeling to them for some reason. To me at least. Just gotta be comfortable with being uncomfortable. Doesn't this give off like a liminal space kind of vibe? Am I supposed to be talking about that while I'm alone? Yeah, this is very like serene. You know, this is like something you would see in a movie or a TV show. Life in general is a very I inhaled a bug through my nostril. That's crazy. I'm trying to be comfortable right now. As you can see, you're actively watching me transition from a comfortable path to a very uncomfortable path. And you know how I'm handling it shows a lot of how I've grown. Just reflecting. But I mean, I hope, you know, I feel like my finances are in a good spot. My career is nowhere near where I want it to be right now, but that I'm not letting that stop me from not trying to pursue a career that I want to be in. That's just the way the cookie crumbles. I'm also trying to become a better speaker, just talk and present myself in a better way. My mom is very adamant in how I take care of myself. You know, how I present myself. How you present yourself to the world is how people perceive you. It's how people look at you. It's how people, you know, tend to make assumptions on you. And you want to give them a good solid foundation, a good basis of what to, you know, make their assumptions off of. And you know, I think it's a very good thing to do. Just trying to present yourself the best way that you can. Dude, there's this like either a mosquito or a gnat or something that is just like near my ear, trying to emanate like a do not fuck with me aura. Getting angry. Control my emotions. I must learn to control. Yeah, I don't know, oh, my throat. It just got worse. If you've watched this far, like, comment, subscribe. There will be more videos coming out soon of just, you know, random shit, random things that I'll be doing and putting out. Oh, that scared the fuck out of me. Yeah, that scared the fuck out of me. I thought that was like a life form or something. Thanks for entering my world. And until next time, peace.